I've got the Canyon Neuron On here on test, and we're going to be going to do a ride here and wrenching it on the trails. Okay, so let's just talk about climbing, riding position compared to the other bikes. This bike feels a lot more snappy, even on the climbs. I can feel it flying forwards, let's call it. Very efficient, especially in turbo mode. This one's got a 750 watt-hour battery, a 250 watt motor, the Bosch CF8 Performance 4, the smart system. Got the center mounted display here. You can also connect to your phone. I have connected to the phone, and I've jazzed up all the power modes with the app, so now I have full power, maximum dynamic. I've changed the tyres just for myself because I wanted to put some different tyres on it for off-roading a bit more aggressively. So I've got some V-tyre Maxxis equivalents like the DHF. I've also put some different grips on it because I needed a little bit more give in the grips and grip as well. So I've got here some Renthal super sticky ones. Done all the settings. The suspension is not the highest quality suspension, but it's not bad. We've got the Fox 34, the performance version, not the Performance Elite. And on the back we've got a Fox Performance Shock. It feels great. I love the position. The riding position is excellent. Feels very transmissive. Every ounce of energy you put forward into the bike goes forward. It's 150mm on the travel on the front, 140 on the back. It's lightweight. It feels very lightweight. It's a carbon frame with a 750 watt-hour battery in the down tube. An excellent quality frame for the price. We're talking €5,400. They have gone big on the brakes. They fitted Shimano XT brakes rather than cheaper brakes, which is good. And they've also got an XT derailleur on the rear. Right, so we're going to ride up the top, and then we will start the descent. Bike is just so fast, just riding along, especially if I put it in turbo. So let's start the descent from 1,300. Because we've got a slightly smaller disc on the back, a 180, and a 200 on the front, so it could do with. So we're heading down in that valley. This is where twisty single track, which is not high speed, which is more about maneuverable. This bike flows really well. Now I can feel, like I said on the comparison, diving forward a bit more compared to a burlier fork and a burlier bike, but it's okay. If I don't whack my feet on stuff. Curves around. It's such natural trail riding here. It's amazing. Poppy trails through things. It's all right. Feels stable. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yes. Some more rocky stuff. Angular rocks here. That's why you need a better tyre if you're doing angular conditions. But still, it's okay. Trails. Loam and rock, lots of tight corners there. The back pops around, but not as well as if you had a 27.5 mullet. And there's a little hop here to braking. Oof, smooth. This section here is interesting. It's kind of like manual city. I like to manual through here. So you've got some, that's it. It doesn't manual as well as a bike with an open geometry. You've got to pull back further. You feel like you're pushing it, but yeah. It's a bike that keeps you under control. You can pop, you can, but so this is another smooth trail to really test on. Wow. Can feel the grippiness of the tyres, the super soft compound. There's a lot of, it's off camber, but the bike feels okay. this is where it excels. It rolls through these smooth type of trails. Doesn't feel like a speed machine though, because you do feel like you're thrown more forward on this type of trail, and you need to feel under control, let's say. I mean, its trail conditions at the moment are ideal. The bike pops. It's great when you do a couple of pedals, boost through something, the bike gives you, yeah, I mean, look at that cornering, it's brilliant. Oh, smooth, love it. Here's a few poppy bits, not too bad, as much as you do with a, it's twitchier. The 29er front and rear gives you extra stability, but the suspension's good though, it catches you well. Yeah, when you push this bike to the extreme, that's when you can feel the limitations and really need to be on your game as a rider. End badly. But cruising through the woods, having fun, playing with the trail, nothing too extreme. This bike is ideal. In conclusion, what is it then this bike is like? Well, fundamentally it's a trail bike. It feels like a trail bike. It does not feel like an enduro bike. So the main difference I find between, say, this and the Strive On or the Spectral On is the fact that because the geometry is a little bit flatter and the fork has got less travel and it's a slightly less robust fork, this thing carries speed a lot more than the other two when it's flat trails. But when it's steeper, this thing you become a little bit more underbiked, so your weight gets thrown a little bit further forward, so you have to be a bit more cautious when you're doing jumps and into the landing and things like that, because you can, or if it gets very rough, because you can actually very easily start to struggle and find if you're wanting to go fast. But on fun flowy trails, this thing is, it's brilliant. It's smooth into the corners, it really digs in, and you really got a lot of grip into the corners and out of the corners. It doesn't snap, it's smooth in, smooth out, it flows, it carries speed, good at keeping the rider stable and in the middle. I would say for the kind of trails we're doing, you need a little bit more beefier tyres than those that come spec'd with it. It's a great bike to consider for future upgrades as well. You can put a slightly taller fork on it, slightly more robust fork, and that would give you more capability and take it into line with, say, the Spectral On. The Bosch Motor works brilliantly, very smooth, very tight package. I've done 900 meters of climbing and I've used 30% of the battery. Braking, not too bad. I would say if you're a heavy rider, you should upgrade the discs to be a bit bigger on the front, but don't think a bigger disc will fit on this bike. The back one's 180 disc. You could do with a 200 if you're riding very long downhills, but depends how much you brake. I don't brake a great deal, but I could feel if I really have to go hard on the brakes, I can feel those limitations there. So if I want to just ride trails and have fun and not have to spend a ton of money, this bike is fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.